Today, Bitcoin's 2023 rally drives some of the stock market's biggest gains. Data reveals crypto users lost nearly $2 billion to hacks, scams, and exploits this year. And we take a look back at regulatory developments for crypto in the U.S. in 2023 and talk to experts about what we can expect in 2024. Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Talia Kaplan. Major cryptocurrencies are in the green this morning. As of noon Eastern, Bitcoin climbed nearly 2%, trading above the $43,000 mark. Ether soared more than 6.5%, trading above $2,300. Solana, however, dropped nearly 6%, but still traded above the $100 mark. Solana has been the big outperformer this month, up 78% compared to Ether's 15% rise. Now, traders are positioning for a catch-up rally in ETH, as well as an upside from the next Ethereum upgrade in January and the potential approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs in the U.S. Okay, let's take a look at the performance of crypto-focused stocks this year, as shares of Coinbase, MicroStrategy, and the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust performed substantially better than Bitcoin, rising more than 300% in value. Bitcoin miner Marathon Digital soared more than 750%, while Bitcoin rallied 160% for the year. Not only have those stocks outperformed the cryptocurrency, but they've been among the biggest gainers across the entire U.S. market. According to FactSet, the 4 stocks tied to Bitcoin were among the 8 best performers when it comes to publicly traded U.S. companies with a market value of at least $5 billion. The crypto boom represents a major bounce back from last year when coin prices plummeted amid several scandals and bankruptcies, including the collapse of FTX. Crypto-related equities fell too. Now, one of the biggest drivers for Bitcoin this year was an easing of the Fed's rate hikes, which creates a more attractive case for riskier assets. Experts say buying was also sparked by the potential of the launch of spot Bitcoin ETFs in the U.S. early next year. Amid growing expectations that the SEC will soon approve a spot Bitcoin ETF, MicroStrategy said that it added more to its Bitcoin holdings. This regulatory filing from today revealed that since the end of last month, MicroStrategy acquired about 14,620 Bitcoins for more than $615 million in cash. Michael Saylor, the firm's executive chairman, posted on X today that MicroStrategy bought the Bitcoin at an average price of $42,110 per coin. The recent purchase pushes MicroStrategy's holdings to more than 189,000 Bitcoins, which were acquired at an aggregate purchase price of approximately $5.9 billion, bought at an average price of around $31,000 per Bitcoin. The software firm started buying the cryptocurrency in 2020. That bet produced a more than 350% boost for investors this year, outpacing almost all U.S. companies valued at $5 billion or more. As of noon Eastern, MicroStrategy shares jumped 6% compared to the day before. Last, crypto users lost nearly $2 billion to hacks, scams, and exploits in 2023. That's according to data from Web3 firm DeFi, which shows the figure includes 455 exploits, including phishing incidents and rug pulls. The database shows multi-chain lost the most funds this year, more than $230 million. Now, we reached out to DeFi and didn't hear back right away, but according to CoinDesk, DeFi's annual report notes that this year's losses represent about half of last year's, not taking into account the $40 billion lost to the fall of stablecoin issuer Terraform Labs, crypto lender Celsius, and crypto exchange FTX. The reduction is reportedly in large part due to the implementation of improved security protocols and overall decreased activity in the market. All right, turning to crypto regulation for our main story. The industry had high hopes that we'd see meaningful regulation from Congress in 2023. Instead, we saw piecemeal action from the SEC, while proposed crypto rules in the House failed to reach the floor for a vote. So will we see progress in 2024? Crypto World's Tanea McKeel spoke with experts in the nation's capital to find out.
Crypto regulation in the U.S. is at a critical juncture. It's been a year since the spectacular collapse of FTX, whose disgraced leader, Sam Bankman-Fried, had just become one of the biggest political donors. In the wake of that scandal, hopes were high that the industry would finally get the legal clarity it had been asking for.
You would think that an FTX happens, that's a huge wake-up call for regulators and policymakers, that we need clarity on regulation.
Instead, 2023 is marked by a regulatory crackdown on crypto companies that's been a dark cloud over the industry. a piecemeal collection of individual enforcement actions, civil lawsuits, and criminal cases. Crypto investors and businesses insist that to truly move forward, they need the regulatory clarity from Washington.
Congress has become very busy with a lot that's going on in the geopolitical world. There's a lot going on. We had the debt issues, we had the Speaker of the House issues, and the FTX and Binance probably made some people even more cautious about the crypto markets, and maybe they don't want to give it the legitimacy that it might get because of regulation.
That clarity didn't happen in 2023, but as we enter the new year, and with Bitcoin soaring back above 40K as investors pour into the market again, what does the industry think should be a priority for lawmakers in 2024, especially as regions around the world lay out clear crypto guidelines?
Chairman McHenry in the House Financial Services Committee has legislation that creates a path for crypto market structure and clearly delineates the jurisdiction between the CFTC and the SEC, what constitutes a digital commodity versus a digital security.
Congressman McHenry also put forth stablecoin legislation that has gained traction in the House. 2024 is an especially critical year for these bills. If they don't pass by year-end, they'll have to be reintroduced when Congress opens in 2025. But McHenry, a powerful ally for crypto, won't be there. He's retiring at the end of his current term. Now, there's also movement in the Senate, where Senator Elizabeth Warren is pushing forward with a bill meant to crack down on crypto crime. That bill has gotten pushback from the industry, but is also gaining co-sponsors. The industry does believe that there should be more ways to fend off bad actors, though.
We need clear rules of the road here so that bad actors can't access the space, so that it's easier to prevent some of these things from happening in advance rather than just coming, after the fact to bring in enforcement actions.
And the crypto lobbying machine is still pushing to make the U.S. a crypto hub.
I think we do have some work to do, but I think the good news is we have so many people within the crypto industry that want to constructively engage with government, and they're working together with the Blockchain Association and with other organizations in Washington working on crypto policy. And so I'm really optimistic as we head into 2024 that we're going to have some of the most constructive dialogue we've had with government yet.
What we've been saying for so long now that regulation in the United States is critical to keep companies here. We hear from companies with some regularity that it doesn't make sense for them to serve U.S. customers or to operate here in the United States. Chairman Gensler himself has acknowledged that it's much harder to bring enforcement actions and to have oversight over exchanges and companies that are operating outside of the United States.
In 2023, big brands like Coinbase and Ripple threatened to leave the U.S. if legislators and regulators failed to bring clarity. So far, that hasn't happened, but more companies could shift priorities to expand overseas. There is one area where the U.S. is poised to expand crypto investment with the help of the SEC: spot Bitcoin ETFs.
My sense is that we'll see in the next couple months an approval from the SEC. Let's say, for the sake of argument, they reject the spot ETF application and it goes back to the federal courts and they're struck down again. It's a pretty significant black mark on the agency to lose on kind of the same issue twice. It calls into question the judgment of the agency at that point.
Even if the SEC cedes ground on the ETF fight, the agency seems largely undeterred from other crypto legal battles, even after courts ruled against them in cases involving Grayscale and Ripple. In 2024, the regulator plans to move ahead with enforcement actions against Kraken, Coinbase, and Binance. That last one is, of course, separate from the multi-billion-dollar settlement the world's largest crypto exchange faced in November. Many people view Binance's historic settlement from just a couple weeks ago as an opportunity to finally close a painful chapter of crypto history as it opens a new one. If the SEC approves a Bitcoin ETF, as many expect will happen soon, it'll allow a new wave of institutional money that's been sitting on the sidelines to enter the market, and it'll be imperative to have market structure and investor protections in place. But while lawmakers remain more engaged than ever, clarity around crypto regulation may not come in 2024.
We're going to see a significant amount of litigation where ultimately we're going to continue to have some of the rules of the road being set by federal judges. Unfortunately for the SEC, they have been on the losing side of a number of those decisions recently. I would expect that trend to continue, but if it doesn't, we're going to have substantial uncertainty in what crypto market structure looks like in 2024.
Now that's all for Crypto World today, but tomorrow you'll hear from legal experts who offer insight into what region is winning the race when it comes to crypto regulation. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue to take a look back at the state of crypto regulation in 2023.